Okay, guys, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Guys, I wanted to go ahead and make this kind of apparent. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of questions that have been going on in the room for Diamond VIP, and I want to go ahead and put a lot of those things to bed. Number one, this is a mission for me. God asked me a simple question: what happens, or to stop attending the Pharaoh's business to get up and build for my people? Now, let me make this plain for you. Yes, I love God. Absolutely, I love God. But my people means the people, okay? When I look in my mirror, my people look like me, which are African American. But when I look at the economy, my people look like what I came from. That's what it is. It's a parallel of what I came from. And I didn't come from wealth. I came from despair to a certain degree. I mean, I was able to go, my parents put the money they could into me going into a Catholic school, but it was right there in the middle of downtown. I mean, it was right downtown on 44th and Broadway in Louisville, Kentucky. And, we all had parents that wanted more for us. I actually kind of loved the upbringing of Old Christ the King back then. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It really was. Then I went to Holy Cross High School, which was the working class version of a Catholic school. And so we had it all. We had troubled kids. The parents wanted them to get a little bit better, so they went ahead and paid for them. They got kicked out of a couple other schools. I mean, they would come to our school. I was talking to someone, and he was talking about our football team. And he's right. Our football team used to look like a bunch of grown men out on the field. I mean, that's the truth. We did. And I played football, right? And so that's the kind of toughness that I kind of came up around. So I didn't really come up around, I'm not gonna say, oh, it was all rough, right? I mean, there was some good times, but ultimately our version of of a vacation or a family trip was my mom making sandwiches or frying chicken the night before, and we get in our station wagon. My sister and I would get in the very back of it, and we go to Kings Island. That was considered a family vacation, because Louisville, Kentucky to Cincinnati, hour and a half, 2 hours up to Kings Island, and we spend the day. Now, when we walk around the park, there's no such thing as getting the popcorn and all that stuff. No, you better not get that popcorn with all that stuff I got in that cooler. So we used to all meet in the oh my God, this is just cracking me up. We all used to meet in the RV area, and that's where we would eat our food. And this is the same place where the churches would do their big church picnics and all that kind of stuff. So you got all kind of flies. And then you got your Coke cans wrapped up in aluminum foil. I don't know who came up with that. I think somebody said that it wouldn't bust if you wrapped it in aluminum foil and put it in the freezer. And then that way, when you're out there in the hot sun, it'll still be, these are the things we had to go through before Igloo and all that kind of stuff got real big. So that's what I lived, right? But I love my modest upbringings. I love the fact that there was a lot of love there. I love all that, right? All that's cool. But I had been challenged with this dream. I've always been a singer. I was a visual artist as a child. I could draw anything I wanted to draw. So most people thought I was going to become an architect. And that was really where I designed my life. I'm going to become an architect, right? But as an architect, my life unfortunately didn't go in that direction, as far as finances and things like that, getting me through school. So it was a little difficult for me to become an architect. I was going to have to pay for that out of my own pocket. That was my mama's wealthy idea. She said, I will pay for you to go to Catholic school, but I will not pay for your college education. That was my father too. That's what they said. So this is the upbringing that I had, and this created a type of discipline and toughness within me. So when I went to college, guess who paid for it? Ta-da! It was me. I paid for it, right? And so then that created a space where I worked several jobs just to get through college. I had a paper route. I was working for UPS. I could see the writing on the wall. It was more important to get my education to me at that time. And so then, unfortunately, I got a young lady pregnant, and we actually had a child. I don't say unfortunately for him, because that's my son, Joshua. I love him. But the point of what I'm saying is that was when I had to get out of high school. College. I'm sorry. I had to drop out a little bit early to go ahead and finish raising him, and went back a little bit intermittently in between. But that's kind of how my life went from there. Okay. So I don't believe in easy roads, unfortunately, because I didn't have one. So I meet my wife, and my wife had similar upbringing. You know, she went to youth performing arts school, and we decided to help each other, to help each other build our dreams and become what we wanted to become. So what does that have to do with Diamond VIP? Well, you're not looking at somebody that believes it should be easy for you, but you are looking at someone who is going to support you in every aspect, every way that I humanly can. Why is that? Because I feel like that's what the Most High told me to do. That's why he told me, stop attending to Pharaoh's business, get up and build for your people. So how do we build? That's the question, right? That I think a lot of you are having, because I put a lot of stuff in here and I've done a lot of it quickly, and I do a lot without your permission. You know why? Because I don't need your permission. That's why. But anyway, no, I'm sorry. I digress. I'll be nice. No, really. So the evolution of the thing is this, guys. We had about $100,000 that I was going to put out there, and I wanted to make some gifts and prizes. We were working a group with a company, Auto BTC, and you don't have to look it up, but you can if you want to. It was not good, right? What ended up happening. And so I said, you know what? I'm so sick and tired of these companies. I'm so sick and tired of these rug pulls, and I'm so sick and tired of all this garbage we see out there. And yes, we happen to have a Telegram group. And I said, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to build a network within a network. I am going to build the mastermind, because this is what God originally told me to do anyway. Henceforth, now and forever, Diamond VIP. However, we had already titled it and had the name Diamond VIP long before the situation, some of the situations happened. And I was so happy I did, because we're really building a brand business model. That's what it is. It's not a business, right, per se. It's just a mastermind. That's all it is. But, you know, more of a club, an activity, an event. This is something you choose to do. Now, what am I wise enough to know? I'm wise enough to know that people embarrassingly do not pay attention. That's what I know. I know about your human. I get it. I studied psychology in college. I get it. I was a promoter. You know what I mean? I had to promote based on people's habits, trends, thought processes, all this stuff. It takes 5 to 12 impressions. You even know what that means, 5 to 12 impressions. That means they see it on the internet, they hear it. Why do you think they nosedive into all of our technical things, all the social media stuff we use, Facebook, Google, and all that? Why do you think they do all that? Because there's AI on the back end, guys. AI, artificial intelligence, that can study your habits. That's why. Because the study of human habits and human condition and human nature is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Someone understanding what you're going to do and anticipating, and then they can actually track for it financially and maybe put their money into certain, that's getting a little deep and complicated, but if they can put it into certain marketing areas, yeah, believe it or not, that's kind of the kind of stuff a promoter has to know. So I got to be very, very sharp. This isn't a game for me at all by any stretch of the imagination. But that being said, what does this mean to you? What does this mean for you? Okay. What this means is we have an office in Ghana right now. My goal was to invest in the people. So monies that we would have been using for awards, gifts, prizes, all that kind of stuff, I decided, you know what, let me see what happens if I invest that money into the people. So I ended up meeting a bishop in Ghana, and he was telling me what his needs were and what he looked for. And he really wanted an office and all this kind of stuff. And he said, you know, he would love to work programs with me, but he really needs this vantage point of the office. Now, he's an American bishop that just happened to move over there. So, you know, as far as vetting him, checking him, that wasn't that hard, right? So I said, you know what, let's go ahead and collaborate. I'm going to take a risk on you. Now, let's back up a little bit. I'm taking risk on people. Have you ever taken a risk on people before? Let's say it's your cousin. Let's say it's your family member. Let's say it's your brother or your sister. What do you think happens when you take risk on people? Yeah, it happens to me too, right? people are going to let you down because they haven't figured it out yet. You know, and I can think over my life. I know times when I was not a very dependable person. I know this. You know, I would say something, and because I was always running and chasing my bills and all these different things, child, don't let me borrow no money from you. I'm going to pay it back, but it's going to be slow. It's going to be very, very, very slow. And so I decided in my life, I said, you know what? Let me become the person that tells it like a T.I. is. If you handed me some money, I'd say, look, bro, I really don't have the money at this time. I like to just be honest. I don't, you know, to pay you right now. I really don't know when I can get it back to you. So if for whatever reason you need your money worse than I do, hey, keep your money. Okay. I'm not the guy to give it to. And so that made me have to think up some real creative ways of making sure that integrity went first. Now, I'm going to explain what happens when integrity goes first. And this is going to be a spoiler alert for some of you. We lost a tremendous amount of everything because integrity was going first. But I got the best sleep humanly possible. I'll say that one more time. Lost cars, lost a house, multiple evictions on my apartments. When I come home, it became grueling. But I slept better because my soul and subconscious weren't about lying to anybody over any dollar amount known to humanity. And that's a very good place to be. And that, my friends, is the foundational point of what Diamond VIP is for me. I already know it is a unicorn. How do I know it's a unicorn? Because the base of me is whole and complete, not willing to lie to you about anything. And I know that's different because here in the world, white lies. No, there ain't no such thing as white lies. There's just lies, okay? White, black, purple, pink, there's lies. And I refuse to lie to you. So what happens when you refuse to lie is you give people the right to make an honest decision, and sometimes you lose them. And that, my friend, is okay. That is what we define as sifting. Because if a person can't take the truth, and that's what makes them leave, God bless you. I love you to life. I wish you Godspeed. I don't have time for it. I know it seems very, very rough, but it's not. It's honestly the greatest thing and the greatest gift I could possibly give to any individual in this room. Now, in retrospect, if someone comes around me and they try to con me, they are going to get the hammer. The hammer is going to drop immediately and excruciatingly painful on you because I'm giving you what I want back. That is called the law of reciprocity. If I'm giving you my gold, my heart, my best, then I want you to give back to me your gold, your heart, your best. That's it. I'm not asking you change your job, quit your job, make up something new. I'm not asking you any of those things. I'm just asking you to be firmly honest, okay? Because if we're going to be around each other until my vulnerable years, which are 75, 80 and all that, and I'm feeling vulnerable, I don't want no con artists around me. I don't want no con artist thoughts. I don't want no con artists in my atmosphere. Okay? Security. Somebody please go get security. So that's where I'm at. Okay? But the other part of it is I know that God has something very special, not only for me, but for you. And I'm willing to build the incubator for that. I know the world has tore you up and beat you up and told you people want this from you and want that. Baby, there ain't nothing you can give me. There really ain't. Nothing you can give me that's going to change my life or my heartbeat's going to skip one more time. It's just not going to happen. And so that's why God is pulling people like myself out from among them to help people just like you. He's doing it because he knows he can count on people like myself. The question is, can he count on you? And that has to be in development. And I'm okay. There's no embarrassing point that's going to come about. And Brian's going to, you can look at Diamond VIP as an altar, really, because truthfully, I'm really a prayer warrior. So prayer warrior. I do prison ministry, all that stuff. But it is a place to man up and to woman up. It's not a place to whine and become a crybaby and all. Ain't got time for all that. I mean, we're going to have to move on with that energy, right? But if you want somebody to be like your big brother, like your cousin, like your little brother, you know, like your son or whatever that is, I mean, I can be that for you guys. I mean, I love you to life, and I don't have any particular race of people that I love more than that other race of people. I do wish my race would understand that we're no longer slaves. We're no longer financially bound. But as far as anyone else's race, I have nothing against it. But you can keep your politics, you can keep your ignorance, you can keep all that stuff to yourself, because I really ain't got time for it. And if we really want to get into politics, I actually study political science. I could go through and just tear you up on that, and you just don't want me to do it. You really don't, because a lot of the stuff we're doing nowadays ain't politics. So we can go on from there. Move on, breathe life. Okay, move on. I am into community activism, okay, because that's where the rubber really meets the road, okay, making sure from house to house. And that's actually what Jesus did. He was house to house, okay? And he'd go and minister in the square, and it would grow into what it became. And the people just wouldn't leave. And that's where we are. In this last hour of life, that's where we are. And you can tell with what's going on, the wars and all these things, we're not long for here. But there's some work that God wants done before this thing wraps up. And so if you somehow slid into my chat room in Diamond VIP because you invested in something and now you're just sitting there tired trying to figure it out, man, it's far deeper than a chat room. And you will not out or overwork me, number one, or invest more than I will. We do have 4 offices, guys. 1 in Ghana, 3 in Las Vegas. And no, not one of them is at my house. 1 at Chef Coco's gym on West Sahara. 1 where Angels of Las Vegas sits. That's a nice big one. That used to be Dr. Wawa's office. And then the one on Rampart. Okay? We've got 2 conference facilities. And if we need the gym for overnight or something like that, or an event that we do, we can make room and provision for the gym as well. That, my friend, is what leverage is. Okay? Now, if you fail to use that leverage because you live in Nebraska and you don't see how Las Vegas can help you, and you don't want to mention Diamond VIP because you want to build your own brand, I bid you Godspeed. You have the right to build your own brand. I want you to build your own brand. And for those that are confused about that, I will promote your brand through Diamond VIP. Why? If it's a notable, if it's credible, meaning when I say credible, I'm saying some people are just trying to be the next Kardashian. I ain't got time for it. Okay. But if they're really trying to help some people, man, come on, let's talk about it. Right. I'll put you on blast, guys. I really will put you on blast, because my whole goal was to make this a mastermind. As you can see, we have many other things that we do in media and all those different things, and movies and TV. I really don't have time to try to control every single thing that we do here, right? I just don't, right? I don't have time for it. That's why I'm building other leaders up. As for what we do with BNI, Business Networking International, it's not your money anyway, so why are you worried about the cost of it? Hello? It's my money. I told you very specifically, I know you're grown folks, you're leaders, you're eagles, and all these different things, right? But no, that's what's in your head, okay? That is, I know, you're middle class and broke and all. I get it, but it's not what I said. It's not even what I said. I said, and I've already done it 5 times. That's why I'm a little frustrated right now, right? I've already done it 5 times to the tune of almost $4,000. Supported other people. That is the definition of investment. I've already put my investment into action. You got to put your actions into action. Okay? You got to put your follow-up into action. You got to put your time researching and studying and being certified. If you're a newbie, go study, Go do all of the trainings so that you understand the concept behind Numi. Spend 2 hours today, tomorrow, whenever, and get that stuff knocked out. Get all your trainings knocked out. If you're going to do the ERC program and you want to know more, you're going to have to pay $150. Guys, do you understand what the investment level is on the ERC? For $150, if you get to know this and get certified for 6 hours of training, you have the potential to make 6 to 7 figures, millions of dollars. And that's the only thing you will ever pay in the ERC. You will not pay another dime. You can go get your nice suit, put that sucker on, get you a nice briefcase, get you some Tumi, whatever it is, and go. I bid you Godspeed. If you have issues with that side of it, I'm going to say this one time. If I signed you up or you're a part of my group and you do not call me, but you contact that business, shame on you. If you have a business connection and you want to sound like a superb professional, then I need you to give me the information on that business connection, and I need you to allow me to call them with you. And I will show you in real time what it is I say, how I say it, and you can take the time to write that information down. I don't mind questions, but let's go ahead and get to action. Let's make it happen. All right, so there's that. So on the 2 Can Win. On 2 Can Win, guys, we got an auction that's already up. Everybody has an opportunity to make money. There's multiple ways to make money, but one of the ways is we all make money every Wednesday, right? If you're a member, if you're part of 2 Can Win. So that's a beautiful thing. So we get these bids up, we get the information up, and all we have to do is put our links out there so people can sign up. You have to think outside of the box. The way he's made this a network marketing company, or let me take that back, an affiliate marketing company, is the only way you can get the links, to get the bids, to get to where we are, is to have is for somebody who is a member to give you a link. So it's traveling across the world and across America pretty fast, actually, but it's traveling that way only by us. So we get a chance to make the money. Consumerism, people that like to buy things. I mean, it's almost Black Friday. Are you kidding me? Hello, wake up. Go do the research on how much people spend on Black Friday. The world is conditioned to do it the way of, the markets, and to look at Amazon and all this different stuff and to feel like they really got something, or to hang out in front of Staples or hang out in front of wherever, right? Whatever store just threw up their Black Friday sale, Walmart or whoever, right? That's what you're conditioned to do. But who does that make money for? That major corporation. That's who. When you send out your link and your friends or whoever decides, and that link just continues to go, and someone decides that they want to make a purchase, guys, that's a freaking no-brainer. Who does that money go to? You. And that's what affiliate marketing is. But most of the affiliate marketing programs, if you really want to understand it, go do some research and go down that rabbit hole. Go down that rabbit hole. I did it, guys. I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm telling you, it's pennies on the dollar. That's what these corporations going to allow you to make. Pennies on the dollar. You got to pretty much be a Kardashian to make any real money on that kind of junk. So, but don't trust me. Go sign up. Go sign up for Target's affiliate program. Look it up. Just look up. You can Google Target affiliates. It'll come up. You can Google Walmart affiliates. It'll come up, and it's actually their website. You go on their website. You can find an affiliate tab, and you can fill out that information, right? And you can take your social media brand and link it to that affiliate tab and go through all that stuff. You can do all of that, but I promise you, you're not going to make that much money at all. It's going to feel like a massive waste of your time. And there's some other things that you could be doing. You could be making money on these ERCs. So let's go back and rediscover. Yes, we have everything from credit counseling to funding to resources to all of those things. Yes, we have Novatech, and Novatech is compound, set it and forget it, move on with your life. It's just a matter of what you want to do. But let me explain what I'm really doing. Let me tell you what I'm really doing, okay? So in the merchandising, other stratosphere wing of this whole thing, I've got Two Can Win. So I set it over here to the side. Two Can Win has a 4-letter word attached to it. It's called free. F-R-E-E. Free. You can sign up for free. Less than $100. $39 one time. $50 in bids. You can become a bidfluencer with Two Can Win. So how much is that really? So 12 months in a year, $50 per bid. That's $600 total dollars in a year, $639. And you have a full bona fide business for 12 straight months. Come on now. That's dirt cheap. That's the cost that some of those businesses back in the day were asking for up front. Okay. If you don't know much about affiliate marketing, network marketing, all that stuff. Yeah. They were asking for $600, $700, whatever, up front, right? And then you got to buy your product. You got to do all. Nope, that's not what this is. Not what it is. $639 total. That's on the low end. Obviously, you could do more bids than that, so you can be more on top of it. But did you see what they had in there? Did you see? Am I the only one? 1 ounce of gold, an entire Bitcoin. What is that thing at right now? 21 grand. Hello. They had other things, smaller things, you know, that you could bid on, but then they had a house, a car. Whoo, $10,000 cash. VIP Dave Chappelle show. I mean, there was so much stuff in there. It was actually fun to look at. I was like, what in the world, right? But all of that's in Two Can Win, and you have a chance. The launch date on Two Can Win, okay, so we're still at pre-launch, is November 7th. So if you're sitting on your hands watching the football game, trying to think of what bowl your favorite college team's going to make it to, or catching the college basketball preseason, why do I laugh? I'm not laughing at you, man. I'm laughing with you because I used to be just like you. I was that dude. My wife said that the other day. She said, you're sitting there watching the game in condensed version. You know, what, you don't spend my 3-4 hours watching this stuff while my brain drains and my pocket empties and the economy continues to shoot up and the inflation goes through the moon. Heck no, woman, I got to get to work. I got to do what I'm doing. So no, that's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to say it one more time, guys. Get Dr. Stan's new 21-day breakthrough challenge. That thing is freaking amazing. These are only 15-minute intervals, so he gets right to it. Some of them are a little bit less. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I'm going to go back through a few times this month. But we got to implement. That's the key. Remember, on the ERC, you've only got until April 15th of 2025. So with my offices and everything that's going on, yes, I'm not joking with you. I'm going to be pulling people to the office. I'm going to be hopping on a flight sometimes, you know, and going into that city. And so that these folks understand I'm for real. You know, I don't have time to play games. I'm for real. And we're going to sit down and we're going to make these things happen for them. And we're going to try to get them as much money as we humanly can, because it really is a matter of saving a small business for me. That's why I love the ERC. But here's the thing. The ERC money is going to take you, let's just say 6 months, 5-6 months before it actually starts coming through. But hey, you got a 50 member account or employee account. I mean, that could be as much as $1 million. That $1 million to you, the $1 million is for them, right? But you get 4% of that, so you actually would get $40,000. Can you wait 4 to 6 months for $40,000? I can, and that's just one of the contracts. So if you sign 2 or 3 of those in a day, that can be some real money for you. So that's what we're doing. My goal was to make us look as professional as humanly possible, yet maintain the idea of what the essence of what a real mastermind is. My also thought process was really simple. Why do you think I'm putting people in all these different BNIs? It's so that we could leverage one another's contacts. Okay. So you see the kind of contacts I make, from Teddy Riley to a gentleman who Naomi Campbell. I mean, all kinds of people are associated with. We got all kinds of folks out there, that are about their business. and I'm connecting with every single one of them. I got a thought process for you. What would you think would happen if you got busy, got big boy, big girl, and started doing some of this stuff yourself? Guess what would happen? Because we're in a room where I'm going to collaborate my networks with your networks. We would grow and expand even bigger. We would scale. That's what I'm going for, scaling. I'm not going for a bunch of people who want to sit in the room and look at each other and twiddle their thumbs and watch the game and eat burgers. No, I want to scale, and I want to teach you how to scale. And I want to teach you BNI as a great tool for becoming a better leader. A better leader. They're going to show you and teach you everything you need to know. Guess what? You could go to speed networking with me. Funny fact. I'm talking to Ronan, and he talked to one of my guys that I had met through speed networking because he was on the Dr. Stan call. And Ronan actually seeks the guy out, calls him up. And so when he calls him up, he realizes, he's like, oh, yeah, Brian invited me with BNI. So they were having a conversation as to where Brian was. Well, meanwhile, Brian's trying to get in the room, but actually sitting there with Aini, with Angels of Las Vegas. And we're sitting there talking about ways that we can come together and build something out smoothly together. Now, this was Saturday. Now, keep in mind, this was Brian's off weekend. That's what this looked like. This is my off weekend, right? And even the thing with Trenton and Dr. Money yesterday, that was the coolest thing ever. Who would have ever known that the name Tony T. Fields would come up? That's my wife's cousin. You're talking the 90s when we were promoting. But she used to work with him, because when she mentioned David E. Talbot, I figured she would know Tony, because Tony used to be the program manager for that radio station. So this is how promotions works. But most people don't get it because they're not out of it. They don't get out of their bed. They don't brush their teeth. They don't want to get out of the house, and they want to stay bored. No. Get out there, guys. The people are out there. You'd be shocked. They're just real people, good people. They're solid people you can meet. And the ones that you meet that you can collaborate with, do. So the way my mind works is we scale our networking resources. It's not just asking me questions about the networks that I have. Build your own, okay? But we scale them all together. That's what makes and creates the beautiful system that we have called the Mastermind of Diamond VIP. But I'm taking the monies that we earn, because let's say you did make 40,000. Let's give an example of that 40,000. Don't we have places to put it? Yes, we have an SMSS token, don't we? Yes, you could actually invest some in a DeLorean token, couldn't you? The NFT. Yes, you could. You could invest some into, say, take 10,000 of it, invest it in Novatech and compound. Yes, so I've put you in the catbird seat. What you gonna do? You gonna sit there and just be real quiet about it? You don't want to see other people win because it's going to be all about you? No, that's not you. You can go over in the Two Can Win auction and start making some bids on a brand new car and get that car cheap from some of the money that you leverage from these other opportunities. What about Numi? What about Numi? Numi is helping your skin and bringing your mental clarity and focus up and all those different things. Guys, it is a whirlwind of opportunity that is in front of us. Nove is going to be fixing your credit. It's an affiliate program where you can help people fix their credit. All of these resources are just new ways, innovative ways to get in front of more people to build in more resources. That's how networking works. That's how scalability works. Get on some of those Zoom calls. Listen to some of that Dr. Stan. Do some of that stuff, and you'll find yourself networking so far out of your comfort zone that you'll forget where your last fear factor was. God bless.